A few years ago, at the height of the pilot shortage, people were getting to the airlines faster than ever before, historically. And so if you miss that big hiring wave, you're probably asking yourself, did I miss my only shot? Well, that's most definitely not true, but you need to recognize a few things. Here's what you need to keep in mind. Well, the reality is there's no silver bullet. Yeah, you might not get that fast track that some people did. But it's imperative that you don't compare yourself to the lucky few. The most important thing you need to just keep your mind focused on: time in the market. So much more important than timing the market. Tens of thousands of pilots are going to be hired over the next several decades. It's up to you if you're going to be one of them or not. If you're investing in the S&P 500 over the last 30 years from 1990 to 2020, if you missed the 20 best market days in that 30-year period, you would miss out on 50% of your returns, because those special days are the most important. So you need to position yourself in the aviation industry to get ready for all those next waves of hiring events, the opportunities that are there. You have to be a part of the system in order to reap the benefits. So don't compare yourself to the lucky few and the kind of situation you might be missing out on. Compare yourself to you in 30 years if you become a pilot, compared to you in 30 years if you don't become a pilot. Wrap your head around that as you start to kind of dwell on what you think you might be missing out on. Fact of the matter is, the aviation industry is not dying. People are always going to continue flying in the future. There will be demand for pilots. And even though it's slow right now, there are still people moving forward. There are still people advancing in their careers, people getting their first CFI job, people getting their first 135 job, people getting hired at a regional airline. That's happening today. Every day it's happening. So don't just be completely negative, and do not listen to the keyboard pilots that say literally nobody is hiring in the industry. It's just simply not true. And so, all right, we accept that the market is tough right now, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. Do you really want to be that pilot that got hired with the bare minimum qualifications because they were desperate for pilots or something? You know what I mean? The competition will make you a better pilot. Coming into something on the downturn, not only will you be positioned for the next upturn, but it will also just force you to become more resilient, more flexible, more adaptable. As long as you have that incessant desire to add value and make yourself a better pilot, you're moving in the right direction, and it's going to come back in the end. All right, there's no denying it. It is potentially terrifying. It is a huge leap to make this decision to become a pilot. It is really big. So just break it down one step at a time. If you just put one foot in front of the other and keep moving in the right direction, you can step away from that anxiety a little bit. Don't overthink it, right? Just take some steps in the right direction. And don't get stuck. Don't sit there and ask yourself, how many months am I going to sit around thinking about it? Start being about it and go do something. Find a way to make a move.